Hello everyone! And today I will show you the London system plan. For beginner, it's more easier to play when we have a plan after the London system opening. So we come back to the plan 1 and attacking the king, you can see of the title. So let's go. We play d4, the first move to control center, and now we get the London system. Knight f3. Okay, now we want to develop with the London system. Knight f6, bishop f4. And now we have the London system with bishop f4 and knight f3. e6, I played c3. I like this move because we can play flexible with this, or maybe queen b3, something like that. So bishop e7, e3, b4 is also a really good move. Knight bd2, castle, e3, knight bd7, and bishop to d3. Now we get the system with all the pieces in the correct order and in the correct square. So now what we have to do is, you can see in the title is attack the king. So we have to attack the black king. So we play the move knight e5, and now this move is the important move to attack the black king. And for the plan one is also the really important move. So queen b7, queen b6, he attacked this pawn. This knight on f3 is to e5 is a really good move. You can also go knight df3 next. And the thing is, we can have the queen on the king's side. Can bring the king on the king's side to get pressure on this king. So queen b6, he attacked the b2 pawn. You just have to play rook b1, it's okay. So rook e8, now queen f3. Important move to attack the black king. So now you can see the two important moves in the plan 1, attack the king, is to play knight e5 in this position to have the f3 square for the queen. a5, he takes some space at the queen side, and then queen h3. We want to attack the king with the move d4 next. In this position, for example, black play knight f8 is the correct move. But if he blunders with the move knight takes e5, you can just take attacking the knight. Black think that the knight is attacking, let's come back. But now queen takes h7 check. The bishop protects the queen, so the king has to go to f8, and then queen h8 mate. So you can see that black can blunder really fast. So uh, black has to be careful. So knight f8, we play the move g4, and you can see that this position is the position that we want to get. Attack the king's side. Knight on e5, we can go to knight f3 next, d5, getting pressure on this pawn. With this, rook g1 can be some point at a good move at some point, or maybe queen f3 or queen g3 to attack at the with h4. So, okay, we have to remember in the plan 1, attack the king. The move to remember is the move 95 in this position. You develop, you play your London system in this position with your knight on f3. This. You just put your pieces in the good square. Then you play the move 95 to get the attack. Queen b6, for example. If you attack the b2 pawn, you defend with rook b1. For example, he played rook e8, you can just next play queen f3, not lost a tempo, because now in this position, black attack the pawn, so we have to defend, and then important move is the move queen f3, to go to h3, and to attack black king. Important move, knight f3, queen f3, and queen h3. Now you can ask me why black in this position can't take immediately to reduce the attack. But the problem is, if after the move d takes e5, 97, the problem is white can also attack because queen h5. When you play the move 95, the thing is you have the queen come everywhere. So f3, h5, h3, so really strong. So this position, for example, g6, And we can also attack the black queen. Now we're in a very good position. So, okay, to this, you have to remember the knight e5 and queen f3. Okay, so that is for the first plan. So now we come back to the plan number 2. So the title is play for e4. So we want to play the move e4 when we finished the pieces to the London system. So let's go. D4, the London system, D5, knight f3, knight f6. Let's adjust the sound. Bishop to f4, and then at d7. Knight dd2. I really like this move, the pieces, firstly, because it's more flexible to play more easy, like this e3. Bishop to e7, and then this move is the important move to play, h3. Why we play h3? Because you can see that if you play not h, if you play, for example, in this position c3, he can play h5. So this bishop is really in trouble. You will lose this bishop against to an exchange. You don't have your bishop and not have the really strong bishop at this diagonal. So in this position, the important move is to play h3, prevent the move knight h5. So you can have bishop h2, and then the knight don't have to be here. So okay, h3 is the move important to remember. Castle and then bishop g3. Now we just develop the pieces b6 and now castle. Comparison to the plan number 1. Plan number 1, we don't castle and we don't play h3. We immediately play the move knight e5 to attack the king aggressively. But the move castle and h3 is a move that is a little bit slow, but we want to play for the strategically and play for the move e4 in this position. So okay, the move to remember in this position also is the move pass on h3. Bishop b7, now you play queen e2 to prepare the move e4, rook e8 and then a4. This move is really interesting because you can see that we take some space on the queen side. So if you play the move e4 first in this position, you can maybe not have a lot of plan after this massive exchange. So I think a4 in this position is really important to remember. Bishop f8 and e4 is the move important, and then we exchange the pieces and queen e2, and we have this position. So now we have a lot of plan. We can play to the queen side, bishop a6 to exchange this bishop, and then play for a5, or we can play for the center to put the rook the file to the center, d and e to get pressure. So we have a lot of plan in this position. Okay, now we see it, the plan, the position again of the plan 2, play 44, bishop f4. Now you develop your pieces firstly in this plan and you play e3. After you play free, immediately you play the move h3 to prevent the move on h5. So you can have the move bishop h2. Really important the move h3. Castle, bishop g3, and now you can just develop your pieces. Castle is also an important move. Before playing queen e2 is important to put the king in the security to be safe the king. The king has to be safe because in the center and you open it, your king can be really weak. So queen e2 is a really important move. Rook e8, a4. Queen e2 support the move e4 and a4. You take some space at the queen side to get pressure. Bishop f8 and then the move e4. In this position, you get it. Knight takes e4, knight takes e4, pawn takes, queen takes, and then knight f6 and queen e2. At this position, I repeat it again, you can attack with the king side, queen side, or playing for the center. In this position, if black don't hit, rook c8, for example, this thing makes that we can have the move e5, and then the knight is in trouble. And then you can attack at the king side now. Your bishop is really good, the bishop pair, and then like knight h5, and your knight don't. And this knight is really in trouble. Or if in this position, he don't take with the knight, he take with the pawn, You have and you must take with the knight. Because if you take with the bishop, you lost your bishop and this position, you don't get any advantage. So knight e4 is the move important. Everything you take with the knight, knight takes, queen takes, knight f6 and queen e2, and we get the same position as this position. So if the knight takes, you always take in with the knight in this position. This. And that is for the plan number 2. Okay, so we come back to the plan number 3 and you can see that it's fixed a knight on e5. So we want to fix a knight this, there and here. Okay, we play d4 and now we play the system London, knight f3. I really like it and I recommend you to play knight f3 first because it's more flexible and you can't being aggressive. You're more being you don't have problem like I want to say. So if you play bishop f4 in this position, black can play c5 and it's there's a lot of line, complicated lines. So weapon and f3, good move. Knight f6 and then bishop at 2 f4, e6, knight e2. We play exactly like the plan number 2, c5. We play e3 to control the d4 square. Now you can see that I play black play a new system with the move c5. Knight c6, c3, bishop to e7. Now the important move is the move back to 3. Same at the plan number 2. This is to prevent the move knight h5 to have the bishop on h2. So if you hear and you understand the plan number 2, h3 is important and you can remember it if you play plan number 2 or number 3. So h3 castle, bishop to d3, b6 and then I play the move queen e2. It's really important to play this. We want to think, black think that we want to play for e4 and play for the plan number 2. But no. So bishop b7, that's all. And you can see, so we get the same position that the plan number 2. So you get the same with no the move a4, with no a4. And then you put the rook on the B file, knight h5, for example, bishop to h2, rook e8, the important move, the move knight e5, exactly to the plan number 1. The thing is that plan number 3, we mixed the plan number 2 plus the number 1. So it's a really fun fact about the plan number 3, then f6, and then f4. You can say that we fixed on knight on e5. And it's very aggressive for whites to play like this because in this position, if he take, the knight is trapped in this position. So queen c7 in this position, a4, we fixed the queen side, rook a8, queen f3. And now you can see that we fixed the queen side. So we have the hand to attack to the king side. So in this position, the position is really good for whites. So the important move in this position is the move h3. We castle like to the plan number 2. You play exactly like the plan number 2 with h3 and castle. And then you don't play the move a4. You play a4 later. You played firstly, you put the rook f on e1 to get the e5. And then you put the bishop on h2. This move is really important. You will play it even if black don't play the move knight h5. So in this position, like if he play rook e8, you also play the move bishop h2 to get the knight on e5 and to play f4. So even if he don't play knight h5, you play the move bishop h2. It's really important. So rook e1, knight h5, bishop h2, h2, rook e8, knight e5, f4, and then we fixed the queen side. We attack to the king side, and then queen f3. Okay, and that it's the plan number 3. And now we play a game to show the plan number 1. And let's go. Before control the center. Now we just play a cool game to play the plan number one, number two, and number three. Let's play knight f3. We will see what plan we played. Bishop f4. You can see that now we played the flexible move knight f3, and then bishop f4, and then c3. I really like this move. I don't know why, but I think this move is. I really like this order with the move c3, and then I play knight d2, castle, e3, and you can see that we have the good place of pieces in the good square. Bishop d3, you can see that we put every pieces in a good order and the good square. And now I think we play the first player. Let's play 95. We attack the black king. And okay, so the important move is play queen f3, queen h3. Queen b6, attack this pawn. We have to protect it. b1. Okay, now queen f3 and queen h3 is the next move, I think. The plan that in the plan number one, the good move or 95, queen f3, queen h3 is really important. Queen f3. You just have to remember 95, queen f3, queen f3 with no castle. Yes, with no castle. Queen h3, I think, is the next move. You can see we have a really good position. Okay, rook e8, he put his pieces to the center, but this bishop is completely, I don't know what he can do with this, with this, with this, with this. So, queen h3. I will play g4 next. Knight f8 is the good move. Pay attention because if he takes, I takes, knight go, knight go back. Fuck, what happened? Rook takes, queen takes h7, and then checkmate. Knight f8 is the important move, so I play g4. To play g5 and then knight f3 and get pressure on the black king. Knight g6. Mm. He blocked this square and this. Now I think we can play g5. If we take, we can just take with the pawn and that's actually fast. In context, because I take is the same reason that this knight has to go and then he don't defend. So I think g5 is the good move. And if his knight goes back to d7, I think that we can take on g6 because if he take with the h, I have the file for my queen. And if f takes, I have the pawn on e6. And this is a really good thing to do. So if he take with the f pawn, is completely a blunder. But okay, he do it, so sorry for him. Queen takes e6 check. King h8 forced. Queen f king f8 I just made. King h8 is the good move. Knight f7 check. Now you can see the theory mate with this, and the beautiful checkmate. Double check. King h8. Queen g6, queen g8, brilliant move, my brother. So rook has to take and knight f7 checkmate. Beautiful move. The move knight f7. You can see the rook is protect, sacrificing the queen, and we win. And we come back to the analyst. Now, let's go. Let's do the analyst. I think we play a really good game. I think. Because I think g5 is the best move. Maybe. Yes, g5 is the important move. You can see knight d7. Like, has to take with the h pawn. But if you take with the h pawn, I can just play rook h4, rook h4, and this. Really beautiful thematic attack to the h file and this and the black king. So we have one precision. Where is this? Where's my queen h3? Queen h3 not best move. g4 is the best move, okay, but queen h3 just theoretical move. So let's see the game again. d4, d5, and f3, bishop f4. We play the London system. As you see, 95 rook b1 protects the weak pawn on b2, a5, queen f3, queen h3, important move, then g4, g5, okay, and he blundered, and you can see the beautiful checkmate in this position. Queen g8 takes knight f7, checkmate. And that is for this game and this video. And thanks you for watching and see you soon. Bye bye.